Hello everyone, welcome back to Telecom Talk Show. My name is Tanay Singh Thakur and joining us today is Mr. Shrika Padi. Shri is a telecom analyst at Telecom Talk. Welcome back to the show, Shri. And today we are talking about the differences between the 5G of Reliance Jio and Bharti Airtel. And this is something that I believe a lot of consumers would also want to understand about. So Shri, let's start with the topic. I mean, what are your overall views between the differences between Airtel and Jio's 5G?
Tanait, thanks for the invite again. And see, both Airtel and Jio have launched the 5G, and they were on their rollout plans gradually. As of now, Airtel has launched in 9 cities, and Jio has launched in 8 cities. And it was a
Yeah.
recent thing that two cities were added. So if we
Hmm.
compare it, I've already covered the analysis, and if we compare it, Airtel's is more of an open launch, whereas Jio's is a beta launch. That means
Yeah.
someone needs to express an interest, and
Yeah.
based on Jio preference, I don't know what exactly the preference logic they're following. So based on that, users get invited, and if they're eligible and having a compatibility handset, they'll be able to enjoy the true 5G. But whereas with Airtel, like if the network is launched in your location and if you have a compatible handset, you can use the 5G services on their existing data plans. That's what so far is the initial take on the launches which are happening as of now.
So Shri, in terms of technology, you and I both know that Airtel is going for 5G NSA and Jio is going for
Right,
5G SA. Do you think that
right.
is a part of the reason why Jio is going for more sort of a beta launch? Because it would take a little bit more time to develop the SA infrastructure?
That we are not sure what exactly is the reason which is causing the delay, because they have already sold, they are already ready. If you look
Yeah.
at it, since the launch of their 5G network, they have been always saying we are a 5G or whatever G, they are ready. So we are not sure what exactly is the delay. Maybe device handset, or maybe this the network rollout maybe also be one reason. That we cannot specifically pinpoint and tell that this is the only reason.
Yeah, so Shri, this has already been talked about a lot before, but let's just go over the differences between 5G NSA and 5G SA, just for the people who don't understand. So, what are your views on this?
So what exactly is like, is it the difference for the consumer or for the tech
For
stack?
both, let's talk about both for the consumers as well as the enterprises.
Tanay, first thing, let me tell you, like in any technology can be deployed in multiple ways. Like
Yeah,
let us say if you are writing a software program, for example, like different architects will follow a different approach. Likewise, the 3GPP consortium, they have also built two approaches, two architectures on how telcos will plan their 5G rollouts. So in the same manner, 5G is also having two architectures. One is NSA and one is SA. So whichever is compatible to a specific teleco, they will pick that particular technology as per their existing infrastructure and capabilities infrastructure, and they will adapt to it. So both are categorized and architected and graded by the same consortium. Look, you cannot come and tell that this is right, this is wrong, this is good, this is bad. Nothing. In the end, everyone's end goal is to provide 5G services which are equally competitive and comparable.
oh,
So who is following which route, we cannot question on that.
yeah,
So someone may follow SA route or someone may follow NSA route. So that is their thing and their business strategy. We never know. Like maybe Airtel may also launch SA. Like already the CEO has already quoted, and they're already testing on it. And wherever
yeah,
is required, and they will do it. And one more thing which need to be kept into serious consideration is the business use case and the pricing strategy. So if there is serious business use case, you take any competitive technology and deploy it. When there is no serious business use case, you are giving something at a dirt cheap rate and industry low tariffs. It doesn't make any sense to use any hi-fi technology or whatever and claim that we are deploying something. That's what I feel.
true. Yeah, true. So Shri, now you have overseen the devices list that Airtel's 5G support right now, but there's no such
Right,
list from Reliance Jio yet. Now, do you think this is
right.
also a part of the reason that 5G SA doesn't support a lot of devices yet, and now that may have been the reason for Jio to be reluctant to come out with. Now, this is just my assumption. Okay, I could be very
Okay.
much wrong here, But do you think that is the reason why Jio is not publishing the list? Because there's not a lot of
It may
devices.
it may be one reason, because if you look at it, Airtel has been emphasizing that they have picked a technology which has wide acceptance. Maybe that is
Hmm.
one competitive advantage which I think
Hmm.
Airtel already know it, and they have planned everything appropriately. That is what I
Hmm.
feel. So maybe it will take some time for other handset vendors to support Geo 5G or whatever, or maybe they're already in pipeline. That we don't know, since we don't know the inside info what exactly is happening with the discussions between the vendor and handset manufacturers. Maybe that is also one reason I feel.
Yeah.
And there are no much compatible handsets which Geo is having as of now, so that they can put a list and show that okay, these are the devices which are compatible for users.
No, Shri, I've also actually noticed this across on social media platforms as well as our own community of people who comment on the website regularly. So
Okay,
all of them have, said that while they have shown interest in Jio's 5G, they haven't really
okay,
gotten an invite yet. But this is not the
right,
case with Airtel because Airtel's 5G is commercially available, but Jio's is more of an
right.
invite basis only. So do you think like Jio just for the sake of announcing is announcing? I mean, could it be a possibility here?
It can be a possibility, it cannot be a possibility, because see, it's a business. End of the day, they have their own strategies, and without knowing the dots, we just cannot comment like that. So maybe
Yeah,
that is also one thing. Maybe they just don't want to lose the competitive edge. If you look at it,
true. Hmm.
they always wanted to do it in a scale, and maybe that is also one reason they're announcing the 5G launches.
Yeah, true.
And if you look at Airtel's 4G, and if you look at Airtel's 5G launches, they're more of a commercial. Like as a customer or as an analyst, I know that okay, the 5G of Airtel is not going to be less than the price of 4G data plans. But whereas Geo, they have like completely made it free, just like their earlier 4G launch welcome offer.
Yeah.
They have also launched a welcome offer in 5G. So even if you are on a data plan, whatever plan it is, on a postpaid or prepaid, they have also have a mandatory requirement of 239 active plan. So whatever plan it is, once you get activated on 5G and you are in the 5G network, you can use unlimited 5G with 1 Gbps speeds. So that cannot be taken into a commercial consideration, and we are actually clueless whether they are planning to price the data of 5G lesser than their 4G thing because of the consumption. Maybe they are predicting the higher consumption, or maybe they can price it higher. That we cannot comment right now, because
Yeah.
this is not a commercial launch.
Yeah, true, Shri. So, Shri, when it comes to the strategies of both the telcos, as you rightly pointed out, they both have, sort of different goals here. Sorry,
Right,
different strategies. I mean, the goal is the same to make a profit out of everything they do. Now,
right,
when we just focus on Airtel's strategy, I think it's more of consumer focused as well as enterprise. I'm not saying Airtel is neglecting enterprise, but I believe
right.
the whole reason why Airtel went with 5G NSA was, as was quoted by their CEO as well,
But
that a lot of devices in the ecosystem right now support 5G NSA, but not 5G SA. And then, it would be also easy for them to upgrade to 5G NSA faster, but do you see sort of a gap here for between Airtel and Jio? Like Jio is going for 5G SA right away. Okay, so while it's going to take a bit more time and a lot more costs, do you think it's better for them from a future perspective and not for Airtel? Because at the end of the day, they'll also have to upgrade someday and spend all that money again.
absolutely agree with you. Tanay, first thing, before speaking anything,
Hmm.
I just need to, anyone, like whoever is in the business, they need to understand the business game. The first thing is that I spend 10 rupees on something. So what is the return on investment I'm getting?
Yeah,
So telcos have already invested a huge on 4G. So
true.
what is the ROI they got?
Hmm.
So if you look at the quarterly results of Bharti Airtel, they were quoting that the ROI is very less. They're feeling that the
Yeah,
ROI is very less.
yeah,
So in a country where the data tariffs are very lowest in the world, I don't think unless the business industry or the telco industry aligns to the pricing, it doesn't even matter if you're launching NSA, 5G, NSA or SA.
true.
Because when you are not, let us say you yourself as a customer, you're running a business, you have spent some 100 rupees on something, when you're not getting anything from it, So do you think it really makes sense for you to invest some more?
Not really sure. Yeah, makes sense.
That is the same logic applies for this. Maybe when Airtel sees that, okay, the business is now highly capable, so I'll just implement SA. Maybe at that time Airtel may quickly launch SA. I don't think they are not aware how much time it takes or the timelines
Yeah,
involved. They
yeah,
might be pretty well. They might be pretty well aware of the timelines, and they must be already talking with vendors. And if you look at it, Bharti Airtel was also the first telco to test the private 5G networks with Bosch in Bangalore.
yeah,
So I am very well sure that they are already aware of the timelines involved. No, it's not like that. The telcos don't know the timelines involved, or the vendors know that this is the timeline involved for the deployment. I don't think it's a concern. They are very well aware of their strategies, and they are very well aware of the pricing and the market dynamics. I feel that.
okay. Okay, Shri, thank you so much for joining us today. That'll be all from my side. Unless you want to add something over here, you can go ahead and do that.
I'm good to go, Tanay.
Okay, thank you for joining us today, guys. And if you're listening to this on our podcast platforms, please head over to the YouTube, subscribe to the channel, and follow us on all our podcast platforms. You can check out our website as well. We publish regular updates over there, and we'll see you in the next video soon. Bye bye.